Good evening, everyone. I'm Bhavya. I'm a data science student. I'm studying BCA in data science, and I'm an AI enthusiast and Alpha MLSA. And I've been working with IBM as well as their Z program student ambassador. So today our topic is going to be Azure machine learning and AI. So in this session, we're going to talk about Azure AI and Machine Learning Studio, how it works. We are going to be talking about computer vision, especially in Azure AI services, and automated ML in Azure ML Studio. So let's start with Azure Machine Learning. So if you're familiar with machine learning already, then you know there are languages like Python and Java. Mostly you use Python and R in machine learning, but I've seen Java as well. So here in Azure machine learning, there's one advantage that everything is on the cloud, and second is you can opt for low or no code as well. Azure machine learning provides you automated machine learning pipeline designer, as well as you can edit your own code as well if you know coding. If you know Python, then you can create your own machine learning models. However, if you are a beginner and you want to create your test your machine learning models, or you want to be you want to gain experience with machine learning, how it works, uh, without having the knowledge of coding. So you can use Azure machine learning also to save your time. Even if you are an advanced machine learning, if you have got experience with that, you can still use Azure machine learning to save your time because it creates machine learning models in no time. So how do you create Azure machine learning resources? By going into the Azure portal. Here's my Azure portal default directory. Uh, if you're a student, you can get $100 credit for free in your Azure account, or you can get a free trial with $200 as well in your credit. You need a credit card or a debit card for that. But as a student, if you want to get $100 credit, you don't need any credit or debit card. You can get your credits right away and get started with Azure. So Azure provides many services like databases, machine learning studio. You can deploy web apps on it. You can create virtual machines on it. However, in this AI season, we are going to be talking about Azure machine learning and this AI services. So first of all, what you're going to do is let's start with machine learning first. So here I have created my own machine learning resource with my name on it. If you want to create a machine learning workspace, all you have to do is click on this create button, and you click on this new workspace button. So when I click on it, it will ask me for these. So you choose your subscription, whether it's a free trial or your student subscription. Here you can create a resource group or you can select any. Here you can give a name, your storage account. This will be automatically created for you if you are starting a new resource group. And then when you click on review and create, it will create a machine learning resource for you. So I've already created mine here a long time ago. So I'm going to show you this, how it works. So here, when your resource is created, just click on this Launch Studio button. So it will take you to the machine learning workspace that you have created. Here you can see in all workspaces, I've created one workspace that is Azure Machine Learning Workspace. So here you can see many options here. So first, if you want to set up your machine learning workspace, you're gonna set up these notebooks. It is exactly like working with Jupyter notebooks. Sorry for that. If you have experience with Jupyter notebooks, you might have coded there in Python. You know that Jupyter notebooks allows you to write Python code in one space on the cloud. So here I have created my uh, Python notebooks, IYPNB notebooks, and from here we will create our machine learning workspace. However, this is optional. You can create your resources from this portal site as well. For example, I'll be creating a virtual machine database and a storage account. You can create from here. But if you are a Python enthusiast, if you want to do this in Python or Azure Cloud Space, CLI command line interface, you can do that with that as well, command line as well. I'm gonna do it in Python. So this is the basic syntax of what I have created. This allows you to create an ML client. ML client is where you create your machine learning workspace. So this is the basic syntax for it. Replace this with your subscription ID, resource group, and workspace name. However, when you create this using this Azure portal, it will be automatically created for you. Here, to set your machine learning workspace, I have imported workspace from azureml.core. So this is, you can take a screenshot of this code, or I'll give you this code on my Discord as well if you want to join. So here we need a machine learning workspace first. We have already created our machine learning workspace using Azure Machine Learning here. So if you want to create your Azure machine learning workspace, you can create from here, or you can use this Python code to create. So workspaces.begin create will create your machine learning workspace. And second, you need is compute target. Whenever you'll be running this cell, you'll be needing a compute target, which is this. You can also choose a serverless Spark compute, which is already available in the Azure Machine Learning Workspace. However, if you want to create your own, you can create here in the compute section. We'll be talking about this later, but first we are going to be talking about creating a workspace. So here, when you have set your compute target, all it will do is whatever you create in this machine learning workspace, for your machine learning models and everything, all work you do here in your workspace will be computed here. This is for running all the tasks of machine learning. This is why we need a compute. And we need to store our data sets or everything. There are huge data sets we have with millions of or even thousands or millions of rows and columns. So that huge amount of data sets, we're going to be working with a lot of files, not just one or two data sets. When we are creating machine learning models, we have to clean the data set, pre-process, ETL. If you are a data scientist or if you are familiar with data science, you must know that you have to pre-process data. You have to follow the ETL process, that is extract, transform, and load process in order to create your machine learning models. So here I have created my data store, which is to store all the data in Azure Machine Learning Workspace. And here is the list of all my environments that I have created. You can create your own custom environments as well. However, Azure Machine Learning provides you many pre-built environments. You don't need to customize it. This code you'll hardly see in your machine learning or Azure Workspace career. However, there's one more thing. Although this is the copy of the um, workspace. But one more thing I've added is attached compute, which is and this Azure cluster. So there's a difference between Azure instance and a cluster. Azure instance is just one virtual machine running. However, a cluster is a collection or multiple instances running together to handle some complex machine learning tasks, which require a lot of compute requirements. So here are some data assets. I don't have a data asset right now, a data set, but this is the basic code syntax that you can create your data set and work with Python. So we are going to be mostly working with the pandas library in Python. If you are familiar with Python, you know pandas is a library you use with machine learning and to pre-process data before machine learning. So here is the basic syntax you use pandas for. Here this will read the CSV file, which is our data frame, and this prints the first 1,000 lines of it. This will fill all the missing values in the dataset because a dataset is a huge dataset. Uh, there's going to be a lot of duplicates. There's going to be a lot of missing values. So it's part of pre-processing the data that we fill the values, all the missing values with this value. Here in my sample dataset, if there's any missing value, this code will replace it with unknown. Here, if there are any duplicates in my data, it will drop it. It will delete it. There will be no duplicates. And here it will sort index in descending order. Sorry, ascending order. So after dropping duplicates or cleaning the data, uh, the index of the CSV file or the data set becomes disturbed. So when you sort the index, it will be clean. Now we come to Azure Machine Learning compute. So as I told you, that compute is used to hold all the or run all the machine learning tasks in your workspace. So in order to create a new compute, you have to click on this compute instance. Here you have to give it any name. You can select from GPU or CPU if you want. I will use my CPU, virtual machine learning type, and you can select any. This is the general